Hi everyone. I hope everyone is having a good day. And I'm Miss Pranathi, Assistant Professor, Department of English from Marri Laxman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. Uh, as today we are going to see about such an important skill where everyone need to master. So as everyone know, whatever the language we are learning, whatever the language we have to learn, depends on four major skills, which everyone are well known about those skills: LSRW. So today we are going to focus on the third one, which is R, which stands for reading. So LSRW, I'm going to elaborate this acronym: listening, speaking, reading and writing. And of course we listen a lot and we speak a lot in English, but even reading is also another major essential parameter that everyone need to master. So we are going to see such reading skills today, and our focus is like how reading is important. Are there any techniques that we could master, like things we are going to see today? So without any delay, my first question is, we'll just have a discussion. Like, why do we read? The main purpose of reading is, the first priority is to gain knowledge, and the second priority may be for a recreation, like you do a fun reading. And the importance of reading is you'll be improving your vocabulary, you will comprehend the language style or whatever. I mean to be to elaborate things, like think that you're reading an article or any blog or any book or novel, anything. So you will try to understand. So when you will read more, the understanding capacity will be more. And apart from that, reading helps you to relieve from your stress. So many of them have this habit of reading books before they go to sleep, and even that is a very good hobby. Everyone could make it a practice in their daily life. So that is what reading is. The reading is not only for the academic purpose, but there are other major reasons why we have to do reading. But my focus today is on the sub skills of reading, which is prescribed for the BTech students in the second unit under approach JRD. We have another skill which we have to master, that is reading skill. So without delay, I just gave you all the introduction of what reading skills is, how it is important and all. So reading is not only for an academic purpose, but also the other purposes like fun, to improve your vocabulary, to understand what outside world. Apart from the academics, you will be having your preferences to learn about things. Such things we will be reading apart from the videos. I know that in the digital era we spend very less time in reading, but but you have to master these skills to make yourselves comfortable going through the text in a very limited space, the very limited time and space whatever you have. So today we are going to see those sub skills, and I would like to also say how these sub skills are going to help you all. Under reading we have sub skills. So reading is an ability to understand written text. It is not only essential. Here we were mentioning about essential and professional career, but as I already mentioned, it's also for your general understanding of things, for your fun or anything that you would like to learn and pursue more. Something reading will be more helpful apart from academic and professional career. So there are four sub skills under reading, which is skimming, scanning, intensive and extensive reading. So we are going to only focus on two skills for this session, which is, as I was speaking, it was in the curriculum under unit 3, but these comes under the sub skills of reading, and there are other techniques also. So instead of me calling sub skills, I'll tag them as the techniques. So my next question, the major question, when we really jump into the main topic, I would like to give you all few questions. See, apart from the academic reading, think that you doesn't know anything about the subject, or academically I'm talking, you haven't prepared for anything in your examination. So what you do, the last minute preparation could be a very messy thing, where you doesn't have time going through each and every sentence and line and all. So here I'm going to give few techniques to do that trick work on your academics. Not only academics, but also when the skills can be useful when you go for your competitive services or any kind of sort of exams. Even for the TOEFL and all there, we will be having a comprehensive reading comprehension, or a passage you will be given with the questions where you have to answer. And time management is the other thing where we have to focus. So these techniques will really help you all to make yourselves better in representing your answers, or maybe a last minute quick revision kind of thing can help you all, or at least a last minute preparation will be helpful using these techniques, which is especially skimming and scanning. I'm not talking about the intensive and extensive reading, but these are sub skills. I would like to just give what sub skills are, and my major focus will be on skimming and scanning today, as I'm already going into the main topic. So I gave you all two scenarios. One is for the academic purpose, and second one is obviously for the competitive or any point of view, exam point of view, preparing or answering the questions. Usually many uh, groups or any exams, any kind of competitive exams have this reading comprehension for sure, where you'll be having the statistical data and few questions posed. And you need to spend a lot of time in going through the question, understand the passage, what that is about, and that takes a lot of time, where time management is a part. And then I already told you all, this is a quick technique, so we are going to see that technique. The first technique we are going to see is about skimming. So skimming is a reading technique, a valuable reading technique, where it only focuses on the quick extract of essential information from the text. As I already mentioned you all, it's a technique where within a very less time you will be using this technique to make a better understanding of the text or the information which you really wanted to focus. So skimming, which maybe the skim has different meanings, but here skimming is like you extract what is really necessary. So what is skimming? We are going to see what skimming is. So skimming is a strategy. It's a selective reading method. So we usually never uses this skimming method, but when we are really focused on what we are going to do, or something, a text or an article where you have to focus, then you'll be using this skimming. So the main idea of this skimming is you'll be focusing on the main ideas rather than details. I'll give you an example. So for a better understanding, I'm not taking the academic purpose as a better understanding. I'm just taking a normal article or any piece of information for an example. So think that we are seeing a newspaper, and think that someone that is an issue which need to be focused. We also have to know what happened and all, and we are running out of time, and of course we are in a busy schedule where we daily doesn't have a habit of reading newspaper, but that topic or that news have been little interesting for you all, so you wanted to go, but where you can't spend a lot of time, so you'll be focusing. You can use this skimming technique here in this in this reading skill can be useful when you read this newspaper article or a news which you really wanted to know. So I'm talking about, you'll be searching for a main idea. Think that it's about some political like an election thing or something on the news. I'm giving an example, so I hope I'm making things clear. So think that there is a newspaper article or something, or a Wikipedia page. When you scroll in your Google, you find a news feed there where you would like to know something because it's something interesting. So you click on it, you have a very big page opening there. So you open it, and there you can use this skimming, because we don't spend a lot of time in reading. So we can use this technique, searching for the main idea. Obviously the thumbnails or whatever the main tagline or the heading might be interesting for you, so you understood what that is, but you still have to get more details. So you'll be focusing on main idea. Even despite reading that article, you will understand, maybe you will only understand what the initial of it, but you don't know what is deeply involved in it. So for that you will be searching, like think that it's talking about the US presidential election, think that is in the news feed, and you clicked on it, and there is a page coming up, and you will be searching for main idea, like what happened, what is the major difference between Donald Trump and the other component. So because how did he win, and what are the parameters, or what are their strategies in winning the election, or something details. So you'll be searching for the main idea, like what is the difference we have, what are the campaigning strategies they use, or what is the promises they made, and when how much uh, why how much percentage people are okay with this decision, or such kind of things you'll be learning. So you'll be searching for a main idea. The main idea here is about, I'm giving an example of Donald Trump's, I mean, US presidential elections. So it's about election, and you'll be going through the strategies, or how much percentage the voting happened, or such things like that. So that is a main idea. Here you will be removing the elaborating things, like these many, and at this place this much happened, and something issue happened, there is some discussion on that day. You will be leaving all that. Even stories, when any testimonies or something, any issue which has been a laggy thing, which is not so important at that point, you'll be skipping all these things. You never go through all this. Of course, data you will be focusing on, if really you wanted to understand like how much the difference, if you wanted to make a difference or to understand the differences, then you will be focusing on, but you'll be skipping the elaboration and the stories part. And next, you'll be paying attention to the introduction. Of course, the thumbnail or whatever the heading it has, the heading you'll be focusing the chapter. And I was saying about the newspaper article, but here it is an academic purpose thing that you are reading through any essay. For Wikipedia page is another best example. So you'll be understanding. Of course, you search something in a Google and it gives a Wikipedia page where it will be an introduction. You'll be focusing on the introduction, and there will be chapter summaries. And if it is a novel or something, you'll be having chapter wise summaries. But even in a Wikipedia you have different headings, subheadings and all. So you'll be reading on, focusing on these subheadings of what each and every paragraph is talking about, and you'll also focus on what is the first last sentences of the paragraph. And if there are any things that are highlighted with the color or with a bold or any other features which is being included, then you'll be focusing on those things. Obviously the bold or the italic, any different font style in a reading will make us understand that it is for some focus, exact focus, or to get an attention. So you'll be using all these techniques. You will be using, or this is how you will do a skimming technique. So next, why do we skim? We should know the reason why we are skimming. We in the previous slide we just saw what we were doing, like these are the strategies we use, these are the things you need to do while you're skimming the article or any kind of work. And next you'll be seeing why we have to skim. So the reason why we have to skim, the first thing is time. As I already told you all, time is a very limited thing, and we doesn't have lot of time to go through the entire text. So we are going to understand the big picture of that information or text at a very limited time, in a very small time thing, that you are in a last minute preparation for your exam. So you have to, someone told you like this is an important question, you have to read, and somehow you miss that topic, and in the last minute before a half an hour or a 1 hour, roughly half an hour before an examination, you'll be using that, you'll be opening that question, and you'll be understand what the concept is about, and maybe you'll understand what the major idea of the text. So you'll have a big picture at a very less time, and it makes you understand when you just reading between the lines. That is what we usually talk. The skimming is that kind of thing where you could comprehend the text better. So even if you read the text once, you might not understand what it is, but still when you try to recollect or revise, if you see the words, you will understand what we went through the entire a topic, or the main highlights of the topic. And of course it is another important technique to cover a very vast information or a material in a very less time and effectively. When I told about the competitive services or any kind of exams, this will be helpful. Any kind of exams, even your regular academic exams or any competitive exams or any TOEFL or any kind of thing, the last minute preparation which we usually do is sometimes more effective rather than spending a semester. But these few techniques will help you. So you'll be using this technique to cover a very vast material in a very less time, and that too effectively. So, and as I already mentioned y'all, it's easy to prepare for a class and also to review on the content before exams. A last minute preparation thing that you have a card paper prepared on whatever you learned, you'll be writing all the important points. So this skimming is like you going through all these important points again. So this is why we have to skim, and there are certain clues here where you could use these clues to make your skimming more effective. So the first thing is you'll be focusing on introduction and conclusion. Even that not only about reading and writing, but even if you wanted to speak on some topic, if you are going to give some presentation on any seminar or any topic or any information, you have to give a lecture or a jam session or an extempore. You have certain idea on that topic. So this introduction and conclusion will make you understand. Introduction, obviously you will know what that topic is and what it is been involved, and the other things, what is important, what need to be focused, everything you'll understand what the other article is about. And conclusions will make you understand whatever happened in the initial part is a conclusion, more or less like an ending thing of whatever happened there is a conclusion. So reading the introduction and conclusion help you like, okay, this is what there is discussed, or that is about the article or something. So, and other thing is we'll be focusing on the chapter and sessions, as it is an academical purpose, not only for reading and writing, but also this technique can be helpful for speaking skills also. When you are preparing something to give a lecture or a presentation, even these techniques can help you. So you'll be reading with the chapter and the summaries, you'll be reading the first and the last sentences, and of course the title, subtitles and the headings when we represent the answer. See how we write, we give a presentation, if we how you represent in your exams, is that how you do. Usually you'll memorize the side headings. So the side headings you'll be giving, based on that side heading you will give some information appropriate, but leave about the paragraph you're writing, but the side headings will let you know about what you have to write, how you could plan your essay or any presentation or anything. So you'll be remembering the titles there. And of course, you'll be looking for any feature of a different font or anything. If it is bold, you have to make sure that you have to focus on that. And of course, the charts and graphs and pictures which need to be focused, because the pictures and all might be a kind of information or something more about it. And of course, the chapter questions, what people are going to ask. So when you read all this, when you prepare, go through all these things, you will have a idea what the topic is completely about. After understanding the topic, the questions, if you go through the questions, then you will understand whether whatever the question, if you think that you're getting an answer for these questions, your skimming technique is very effective. But if there is something more missing, again you can using this skimming technique where it doesn't need lot of time. So again you will go through it and understand whether you are right or wrong, just like that. So it's a very good technique for reading comprehension. I hope you all understood it better. I hope that you're really getting to the points what I'm saying. So your focus completely have to be with the introduction. These are the techniques how you use. So you have to use on the introduction part and all. You also have to read the questions. You also have to read the questions, so that you could, for a better understanding, you have to read the questions. And because you already went through all these parameters like introductions, some summaries and paragraphs, titles, headings, bold letters and other things, when you are able to answer these questions, then your skimming purpose is very successful. Okay, so this is a technique. We finished with one technique. So moving on to the next technique, with skimming and scanning go together. So the next technique is scanning technique. So scanning, obviously the scanning, what we know is you scan a person from top to toe, head to toe, or you scan a piece of article or your mobile or any kind of features where you'll be focusing on overall. But here in an academic purpose, it's little different. It's a very little minute difference. So same case like skimming, it is a very quick technique where you will be going line to line, but only in hunting of a specific words, dates, names and numbers. Okay, for example, in approach ARD, because that was the lesson we already had, we already went through that lesson. So I hope everyone remembers the story and the details. Think that I asked a question, when did Sudha Murthy resigned from telco? So when I ask this question, what do? You go through the text. Leave about the skimming, I'm talking about the scanning technique. So what you do, you go to the text and you will be reading line to line there, and you'll be searching for, maybe when I say resigned, from which year she resigned. So you'll be looking for the word resigned, telco and Sudha Murthy. So that's what this meant. You'll be searching for the keywords for the question asked, and maybe when I told it's resigned, so you'll be searching for a date, and we have a name like Sudha Murthy, so you'll be searching for Sudha Murthy, and your answer would be something number like 1982 is the answer. So you'll be searching for these information when you go for a text. So this is a skimming technique. I just made it very clear in one sentence and with one example, I hope so. But still, we have to go through in depth to understand, to make the scanning more understanding and interesting. So apart from this, so other thing is, it's a useful skill to use whenever you need answers for the specific questions. This is what I told you all. So this is what we are expecting. Like you do this to get an exact answer for the question asked. Reading comprehension, for reading comprehension, obviously we do this, but there is a very slight problem here with the scanning, because whatever the reading comprehension we used to do, students used to do, or everyone used to do, is like you read a text and you say like, for second question from here to here is the answer. But this but when we go on, when the level of exams or reading comprehension are a little advanced, this is not gonna work. So we have to scan properly to understand or to represent the answer what the question actually expecting. Of course, this is a very small question, so it's easy. But when we go in deeper, if the reading comprehension is a lot more advanced than what you used to do in the elementary or the other intermediate levels, but if it in advance, you have to be careful. So the next one we'll be moving on, like how to scan. As I already mentioned, you'll be searching for the keywords one after the other, not together. So once you'll be searching for Sudha Murthy, or once you'll be searching for the keyword here is resigned and telco, for example. So you'll be searching for resigned once, and then you'll be searching for the telco company, and you will be jumping from passage. So you're searching only for one definite word, so you'll be seeing for that word, and after seeing it again, you have to understand, as I was mentioning, or when you are taking an advanced level, you also have to understand what happened, the whole scenario here before and also after. So you have to read it carefully to the surrounding matter. Think like you found the word resigned and 1982 and telco, but still you have to go through that entire paragraph to make you understand the text better, and you could be able to answer the question. If it is simply which year, then fine. If you want like to say the reasons, then you have to say the reason why Sudha Murthy resigned from telco. You have to say why Sudha Murthy resigned from telco. So then you have to understand the scenario where you have to read the material carefully, and you have to make sure that you found the exact information you need. So this is how you have to scan, more or less, like the techniques what you can use to scan. Next, we are going to see with the clues, whatever you have. So there are transition words where you will be having, however, on the other hand, additional, and there are other transition words also, other verbs, where it helps you to understand, search for the information. And next, you'll be seeing for the connection between the paragraphs to paragraphs. I was explaining you a passage or a Wikipedia. Wikipedia is more organized, but think if you're reading any article or a text, then you have to see the connection between the paragraph paragraph to paragraph, because every paragraph has its own individuality. When you go with the writing skills, paragraph writing and all, you will understand what paragraph writing is, and how there should be a connection from paragraph to paragraph, and how paragraph stands alone has its own identity. Then you have to see the connection from paragraph 1 to what paragraph 2 is, what is that bridge we were talking, you have to understand. So for better understanding of the text, you have to do this in while you scan. So the second thing, you'll be looking for the evidences, because we were talking about the previous slide, I was saying about the Sudhamurthy's, in which year she resigned. So you'll be looking for evidences there, in which year she resigned, from which company, doing what else happened later. So you'll be looking for the evidence whether the question and answer, the answer you're expecting could be justifiable or not. So you'll be looking for the evidences, and then for the examples, and of course sometimes the theme, the question, sometimes it might be question, sometimes it might be a general understanding of a text. So you'll have to understand what the theme of that article is. So that helps you when you read the text. You'll be scanning like, okay, what is this text dealing with? Because we know approach JRD is about Sudhamurthy and JRD Tata, how she is influenced by him. But if there is no heading, think that many reading comprehension, comprehensive passages, few times doesn't have, as I was talking about the advanced comprehension, it doesn't have title sometime, because author might ask you a question, what is the title you could suggest? Then you have to understand what the theme is about. Okay, and you'll be referring, you will be finding these words like these, that, those, and such reference words. That will be a good thing. And of course, when you scan, you'll be searching for the single particular answer. You'll be searching for a very particular text. So you know what you are searching. Then you'll be searching for that one particular word in the entire vast information or the paragraph or any kind of thing you have. Fine. So, and then you'll be searching for the continuing ideas, numbers, and name, that whatever already mentioned in the skill. So this is about skimming and scanning. So there are a few references where it's obviously we have a prescribed book under English language, context and culture, which is a publication by Orient Laxman, Hyderabad. And there is also another book, and also you could also find it in Google, an effective academic reading by Lissy and Davis. It's of OUP, and of course the Wikipedia page or a Google page, which is most friendly. So before I conclude, leaving about the references and all, before I conclude, skimming and scanning is a very important and essential and a good technique everyone have to master, not only for the academic purpose, not only for the exam purpose, but also for reading and understanding, for fun, and also for speaking skills. So last minute preparations, last minute researches or revision kind of work can make these things easy. And of course scanning is you'll be searching for particular information. Skimming is you will be reading between the lines to make simple words. If think that you have to write one word of what skimming is, for one word I would say that you'll be reading between the lines, getting a quick understanding of the text. And whereas scanning, you'll be for scanning you'll be searching for one specific information at a time. You'll be searching for one information at one time. So think that you're searching for a name, or searching for an year, or searching for any information which happened, like if you have a very huge article there, what happened on 2024 November, think like that, assume so you'll be searching you'll be searching for one specific information at one particular time. So this is about skimming and scanning. I hope everyone understood, and thank you for listening. And I feel like your understanding is better, and I made this technique useful. And when you read these techniques, make it a habit of practicing it in your regular academic purpose or examination purpose or any reading purpose, and of course speaking purpose also, jam sessions or extempore, even that when you prepare for some topic for presentation, this skimming and scanning techniques help. So thank you for listening to this lecture. Have a good day. Bye.